This is the biggest rivalry in the history of car rivalries. These two American cars have been going back and forth since the 1960s. Today for you guys going up against each other is the Ford Mustang GT500 and the Camaro ZL1. Welcome back to Boost. So for those of you that are new, we just did a previous video on the Evo versus the STI. We put them up against each other and put someone in the middle that played the role as a buyer, someone that needed to be convinced on what to buy. Our boy Feesh565 commented on our last versus video to do this versus video. If you guys want to see a versus video with cars that you pick, cars that you think hate each other, let us know and you might get shouted out in the next episode.
Pontiac Aztek versus Lamborghini Aventador SVJ.
So for today, John will be representing Ford and the GT500 against his goodwill. And Shane will be representing Chevrolet and the Camaro ZL1. I am playing the role as a buyer. These two gentlemen here with their respective cars, their respective brands, will be trying to convince me which one is better for me as a buyer, me as a car enthusiast, or you, the watcher. Are we ready?
Yes, we are.
I think the first thing, the most important thing when buying a car, how much do your cars cost? John, we'll start with you. How much can I buy a GT500 for in the year 2025?
So, in the year of 2025, I didn't pick a Facebook Marketplace listing because I feel like every person who would buy this car is not buying off a marketplace.
No one is.
Kelley Blue Book has the average price for a GT500 at $80,000. A used GT500 at $80,000.
So how much does the ZL1 cost in the year 2025?
The Kelley Blue Book value of this car is $58,000.
Oh my God. That is significantly less than the Ford.
Hey.
Like, over 20 grand. That's a whole lot of modifications right there. We'll put that to the side for a second. What kind of basic power and stat metrics are we getting out of these cars? We'll start with you.
This car weighs in curb weight at 4,171 pounds. The motor is a 5.2 liter dual overhead cam, 315 cubic inch engine. I mean, Predator engine. We can put that, right?
No. He's saying no.
No, he's saying yes.
No, he's saying no.
760 horsepower at a screaming 7,500 RPM. It's also good for 625 pound-feet of torque.
The ZL1 curb weight is, for the automatic, 3,938 pounds. The manual is 3,907 pounds. A little bit lighter. Definitely lighter than the GT500.
Yeah, like 200-ish pounds.
300 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot.
This 6.2 liter V8, also known as the LT4, supercharged, comes in at 650 horses.
Okay.
And the torque, however, is 650 as well. This revs up to 6,400 RPM.
So the GT500 makes a very good amount more power than the ZL1. And it redlines 1,100 RPM higher.
25 less torque, though. 25 less foot-pounds of torque.
So far, more power, higher redline, but more expensive, heavier, much cheaper, lighter, less powerful, significantly less powerful. How fast these things go in a straight line? I want to know. I want to know what the 0 to 60 times and the quarter-mile times are for both of your cars.
0 to 60.
What these cars are. That's what these cars are made for. These cars are made for. What is the 0 to 60 and quarter-mile time of this GT500?
0 to 60 is faster than a base Hellcat, and it's faster than the ZL1 at 3.4 seconds. Quarter miles done in 11.3 at 133 miles per hour.
How about the counterpart?
The 0 to 60 in this thing is 3.5 seconds.
Damn, that's slow!
It's only a tenth slower. Relax. You can save it here.
Quarter mile time at 11.5.
Oh, why would you even buy that thing? Jesus! 0.2 tenths slower?
2 tenths slower in the quarter mile, 1 tenth slower in the 0 to 60. But the one thing I just can't get past so far is the insane price difference. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But it's something that's on my mind. The GT500 is performing better, but just by a little bit for $20,000 more than the ZL1. Just something I'm thinking about. I want to get a little interesting. I love cars, as I'm an enthusiast buyer. I love the history of cars. Do you guys have anything on the heritage of your guys' cars?
We are Americans.
We are.
Most of our videos go out to Americans. As an American, Carroll Shelby is the biggest name in automotive history. Without a question, he has a bigger name in performance automotive history than any other person. Ever. Don't care. You can say Henry Ford, that's not performance. You can say Enzo Ferrari. I think Carroll Shelby has a bigger name than Enzo Ferrari. Why do you buy a Supreme t-shirt?
I don't.
Compared to a Hanes t-shirt, what's the difference? The tag. The name Supreme.
The name, yes.
Carroll Shelby is a line. History, race winning cars. It's not just a badge. It's a mark of heritage, of winning, and pure awesomeness.
I don't know what ZL1 means. I know what 1LE means. The GT500 is dedicated for the track and daily use. ZL1 1LE package is dedicated for track use only. So it's gonna, obviously you can daily it, but it's gonna be really stiff suspension. You're gonna feel every pothole. It's not gonna be great.
And how about this for a question with your 1LE that everyone loves talking about?
Yeah.
How much are they compared to the base
1LE?
ZL1?
So,
you go to a car meet. You go to a car meet and you see a ZL1. Have you ever seen a ZL1 1LE?
Yes.
At a car meet.
That blue one, yeah.
That wasn't a 1LE.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Yeah, I thought it was.
No, it wasn't. For the 1LE package,
Yes.
there is 2 dealers selling it on Kelley Blue Book in America, and it's $67,000. Not that it's a lot more. Have a good time finding one. Let's talk these base numbers. Do you know how long the Nürburgring is? Do you know how long it is?
Yeah, it's long.
It's a long track.
Yeah, it's a long ass track. Yeah.
That's it. That's all I was going with this.
I thought
It's
it
a
was like
long-ass
14
track.
something miles total.
Everyone talks about the ZL1, how fast is around the track. Do you know how much faster the base ZL1 is compared to the GT500? Because it is so faster. The base ZL1 is so faster than the GT500 around the Nürburgring. How much faster do you think it is?
I'm in like the 3 to 4 second range.
All right, never mind.
Which seems like a lot.
Never mind. It's 10 seconds faster.
Oh my god, are you kidding?
Told you, track oriented.
What?
Daily and track. Daily
my
and track.
God.
Track oriented.
Very impressed by the Camaro so far.
Okay.
I'm also very impressed by your numbers and performance by your car, but he's doing more with less.
Yes, very.
Car and Driver talked about these cars. The Camaro is faster around the track. Everybody knows it is.
Much faster,
Oh, yeah.
might I add.
They said, quote, "The Mustang is more of a driver's car. It has a much better feeling brake, much better feeling accelerator pedal. You can feel corners a lot better with this," but they say it is easy to drive around a ZL1 1LE around a track. It's not with this. This is not a slow car. It is faster than the Huracan Evo. They say you make one wrong move with this car and it will kill you. It will bite you like a snake. They call this one more of a driver's car than the Camaro, simply because it's harder to drive and it feels better when you're doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, I beg you to go to your local CarMax and just sit in a Camaro. You cannot see anything. I first want to hear you talk about your modifications.
Since there are a low amount of 1LEs, I've seen on some forums that people are upgrading aftermarket wise to spec out just like the 1LE. Now, if you don't know what the 1LE is, it's actually not that much of a difference. I mean, okay, the difference is aero, suspension, and cooling. What they did with the ZL1, it has a very large grille. Even the Chevy emblem, it's called a flow tie. Back to aftermarket support. You can put a cam in this. You can make this thing sound really good. You can make it faster. Downpipe in tune, just like what a BMW guy would say.
What is Carroll Shelby known for? He originally was known for racing, and then he modified cars. They had a couple special editions for this GT500. Signature Edition, which has over 800 horsepower, but they only made 100 units of. The other one was they had the King of the Road Edition that has over 900 horsepower. They made 60 units of. Do you know about the Code Red?
I've only heard about the Code Red.
It's not street legal. It's a twin-turbo version of this motor. It makes over 1,000 horsepower on pump fuel. On E85, this car makes 1,300 horsepower. Now, they only made 10 of these. Why am I talking about vehicles that are such scarce?
Can I guess?
Yes.
Where my mind went is they made all these special editions. Can I get the parts for these?
You absolutely can.
Oh my god.
And guess what? If you track your Camaro and that transmission heat soaks, because eventually it will, GM will look at the history of that vehicle and they will not warranty it. Ford doesn't warranty anything because they won't, but Shelby will. The only thing different in that 1,300 horsepower car and that entire drivetrain is it added a transcooler. You spend more money, you want a driver's car, you want to upgrade stuff, you want to have 1,300 horsepower, get the GT500. Plain and simple.
If you want a car that is lighter, has more torque, costs less, go with this car. This car is more track oriented.
It sounds like it handles better. So I am intrigued based off of Carroll Shelby, based off of the aftermarket support and the warranties of the Mustang. I'm also still thinking about what 20 grand will do with a more trackable, almost just as fast in a straight line. It's a little slower Camaro.
With 20 grand, you can definitely make this car faster. I mean, come on. E85.
What about with like maybe 5 grand? Maybe save 15 grand and possibly be faster?
Did I mention the 1LE put the lap time compared to this regular ZL1 from the 1LE is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
What?
So, and also think the 1LE...
No, it's like 50.
It's also think the 1LE is just aerodynamics, basically.
That's the Nürburgring.
So you seem to have a lot of Carroll Shelby aftermarket support for building this car, building the motor, making as much power as possible. On the other side, the Camaro seems like it has a lot of aerodynamic and suspension components that you can get. This ended up being significantly closer than I thought it was going to be. But this ended up being probably $51.49. And I'm shocked to announce I think my money is better spent on a Camaro ZL1.
Oh yeah,
I want to say.
If I got the ZL1, it would have been a landslide because you didn't mention how people change a supercharger for $10,000 and have over 1,000 horsepower, and they're running 8 seconds or less with a stock bottom end. I came into this video knowing I was going to lose. I told my dad, I'm like, Dad, this is the first video I lose.
Let us know what cars we should do next. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more content just like this.
But you don't have to.
This one's good.
Okay.
You're number 3 right there.
Is mine good? Is mine good?
Redlining right now. People know them as muscle cars.
They're pony cars.
I knew they're pony cars.
Pony cars, muscle cars, same thing.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. We can argue this shit.
Hold on.
Muscle cars, a full-size American.
Bro, I'm gonna crash the fuck out.
All right, let's go.
Our boy Feesh565 tweeted.
Tweet it.